Good morning, America. Good morning, patriots. Good morning, me too, and all Americans, and all networks working for freedom in our country, working to keep America free. And as President Trump was looking for a new motto, make America wealthy again. There are people who don't want that. There are people who have power and they don't want the wealthy to be overrun or met equally by other people who they have trampled over for most of their lives. Well, Mr. President, how about we start regulating the banks in a conservative way, in a free market sort of way? Banks that don't have no hesitation to take money out of your account without even telling you, and it doesn't show up in your printout. How about we start regulating these banks and make the people wealthy? Yes. Just a suggestion, Mr. President. America, we have the most effective president in recent history. His ratings are up in a poll that's not so fond of him. His approval ratings are up. His disapproval ratings in that same poll that's usually tilted against conservatives, they're about the same. Down a little, but up where they were. Well, since Bill Clinton, I can't think of a president whose ratings have gone up at the point of re-election. And Bill Clinton was in a big slide. He had no chance of being re-elected according to what we had been watching and listening to. Well, he ended up turning it around big time. Well, this president is leading our country in a way I have not seen. He has done more in his 4 years that is not fully up yet than any president before him. If you want to look at what he's done with regulations and with paychecks and tax cuts, look how much higher our paychecks are than they were under President Obama. And at this point, businesses are voluntarily raising minimum wages. It's not a government minimum wage. It's a raise by employers. McDonald's last check was 9 or 10. Word was Walmart had went up to $12.25 an hour. That's some major pay raises from $7.25 and hopefully at times $8 an hour. We are in good shape if you want to look at how this president is making everything go up. And we have not had a war. We have not had a war with anyone, any new wars since this president. And Iran is trying their best to trigger some sort of war. And you have had, you've had more than a few people try to start a hate war. They want that money that comes from war. The hate mongers, the warmongers, they are dying to get more money in their pockets. This president is trying to pull us out of Syria. He's trying to get Germany to go over there, as I'm sure they are more than tough enough. They have a certain level of toughness to them. Pardon me. Yes, I mean, if you look at what this president has not done, he has had to have saved our budget quite a bit. Our national budget, our national security budget, our Department of Defense budget, they have all been saved because we have not had to do hardly anything compared to usually presidents get into 2 or 3 wars. And in this case, President Trump laid a firm red line down. If they used chemical weapons on their people one more time, he was going to let loose on Syria. Well, he laid a strategic attack as soon as Syria crossed that red line. Unlike our previous president, who, regrettably, he is a good president, don't get me wrong, that's not the regrettable part. Sorry, President Obama. At least up until the point that Obamacare was used to lock innocent, hard-working Americans who dared be free away. But that was misuse of his policies. That said, under this president, we've had none of that. There's been no signs of people just trying to usurp the government, usurp the money that the younger people are having, and the families who don't want their children or don't want their children to succeed, just lock them away. We want a free America, don't we? We want a free chance at that American pie. We want our opportunity at that pie, don't we? Well, keep voting conservative. Keep voting those who you think will vote freedom. And Democrats, this has come up before. Sometimes you would like a break from these truths. Well, how about you tear down all the long-term stay hospitals? How about you tomorrow morning, as a united front, say you want no more new hospitals, you want to tear down all prison hospitals, and you want America to be free. That is why we are fighting so hard for freedom, because we know what happens when hospitals get built, when they start hiking the prices on food like meat, when they start making it impossible to live. They lock hard-working Americans in the hospital. Consider it, America. Who do you want to vote for? Who do you want to vote that you think will keep America free? Thank you, America. Thank you.